They say the only person a high D will listen to is another high D, because you talk to each other the same way. Okay, so who's going to be my seller? Jose, you're going to be my seller, all right? Because you're sitting right there, yeah. And now he's going to walk over there, yeah. Okay. So Humberto, now you're front and center. Oh, no, I was going to have you right there so I could look at you. Yeah. That's okay. Yeah. He role-played showings that way the other day. Okay. All right, Humberto. So this is what we call our maximum payoff guide for sellers, all right? This is how we're going to sell your home at the top of the market. So the first thing I always like to talk about is called pricing elasticity, all right? So basically what pricing elasticity is on the graph here, it shows price going up and time on market going to the right. And what it shows is that typically the longer a home is on the market, the less it ends up selling for, right? Because if it's been on the market, 40, 60, 90, 120 days, like buyers are seeing that and they're thinking, oh, like what's wrong with the property, right? And usually everyone's like, yeah. And so there isn't a set price for your house. Just because it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home in Rosedale doesn't mean it's worth X, right? It could sell at the high end of the market or it could sell at the low end of the market. So we're going to show you how to sell at that high end, okay? So our approach is going to be the difference between actually selling the home versus just listing it, which is what most agents are going to do. So the scary truth about real estate agents is that 9 out of 10 of them sell less than 1 house a month, all right? It is very, very easy to get a real estate license, right? There are 1.5 million real estate agents in the United States. 50% of them sell 0 houses a year, all right? Really easy to get into, really hard to be good at, all right? And so what happens is when you end up working with someone like that, they treat this as like their side hustle, right? They're trying to make some side money. Maybe they're a cop or they're a teacher or they have a full-time job and they're just trying to do this on the side, right? They don't have a full marketing plan or a team or anything like that. So what happens is you end up either, when you work with someone like that, you end up either leaving a lot of money on the table or even worse, the house doesn't sell. Last year, over 50% of the homes that were listed for sale didn't sell the first time. That doesn't mean that they weren't put back on the market with someone like me and sold ultimately, right? I get that phone call all the time. Hey, my house has been on the market for 6 months. Like, I want to hire someone else, right? I hear that all the time, right? So that's what we don't want to happen. So why do homes fail to sell? Or more importantly, why do they sell? We call it the 3 Ps. And this is the 3 ingredients in selling a home, all right? So it's promotion, product, and price. So the promotion is what I'm in charge of, all right? That's all the advertising, all the marketing, getting as many people out here to see the property. That's what I'm in charge of. That's my job, all right? The product is the house itself. You own the house, I don't own it, so you're in charge, right? So any repairs that might need, all the updating that you've done, how clean it is, how well it shows, the availability, that's totally up to you. And then thirdly is the price. That isn't controlled by either one of us. That is controlled by the market. So what similar homes in this area are going for, that's about what you're going to go for, right? Once we get all 3 Ps in alignment, that's how we guarantee success. So what that looks like in practice, this is our real estate pond. So this is new properties entering the market, moving over to sold, all right? So if all 3 Ps are in alignment, we're going to be getting showings and offers on your home. All right, and a good rule of thumb is for every 10 showings, you should get at least 1 offer. If we're getting showings but no offers, that means we are slightly out of alignment on one of the Ps. We're getting showings, so we know the promotion is working, so then it's either going to be the product or the price. They don't match, right? So as a seller, like those are your 2 levers that you can pull on to make a change. The way to know which one to do is by getting feedback from all of those showings so we know what's going on. And then lastly, if we're getting no showings whatsoever, typically that's going to be a telltale sign that the house is drastically overpriced, right? People are seeing it online, they're looking at your house, they're looking at all the other houses around you, and they're way less, so they're just going to go to those homes and they're going to skip over yours entirely, okay? So now let's talk about what makes a home sell faster and for more money. It starts with staging. Homes that are decorated and really clean and have nice furniture, it is proven makes the house sell faster and for more money. Typically when you buy a home, you are upgrading your lifestyle, right? So when a buyer walks into your home and it's really nice, they see all your stuff, even though your stuff doesn't come with the house, they're imagining that that is what the house is going to look like when they live there, right? So if it's really nice, they're gonna have a positive thought about living here, right? So that's why, like, it's a proven fact. It works, right? And we're gonna go over that with you, how to stage your home with your own stuff, or if it's vacant, we can do virtually staging. So at least it's for the photos, right? Which brings me to the photos. So photos are the most important part of our marketing, all right? The pictures will make or break you on the number of showings that you get, right? Because this is really your first showing. Everyone sees the house online. So the better the pictures look online, the more showings you get. The more showings you get, the more offers you get, the more offers you get, the more money you get. So we want your home to look like it belongs in a magazine, all right? So we hire professional real estate photographers that are trained in real estate. They're gonna come out here, do the full shoot. They're gonna do the twilight photos. They do the drone pictures. They do the 3D tours, the 2D floor plans. You get the whole shebang with us, all right? So I mentioned we do the 3D tours. They get you more viewings. We do the drone photos. All right, next is Zillow Showcase. So are you familiar with Zillow? Have you heard of Zillow? Okay, have you heard of Zillow? Okay, thank you. Yeah, everyone has heard of Zillow. So last year, Zillow came out with a new listing program, and they only offered it to the top 10% of agents in the United States. My team is the only team that can do this in Kern County, Tulare County, and Fresno County, right? So this is a big thing that we're able to offer. So what it is Zillow, 2 out of 3 people find their home on Zillow, right? So they're gonna make your listing look completely different than all the other listings. So the pictures are higher resolution, they're moving photos, you get this showcase badge. So what that accomplishes, Zillow says, is it gets you more views, more saves, and more shares. And so what that does is it causes your home to sell faster and for more money, right? And this is true because I've done a lot of these listings. I've had listings that weren't selling, and then I turned around and did it as a showcase listing, and I had it sold in a week, right? So you get more promotion, which is gonna get you more buyers. So really cool program, really proud to be able to offer that in Kern County. Next is our Coming Soon program. So we actually follow a marketing plan. There's 194 things that we do to sell a house. This is one of them. So our Coming Soon program, what we do is those pictures are generally gonna happen on a Monday. Then we put the house on the market on a Wednesday after we get everything back, but we don't let anyone come see the house yet until the weekend. When the most amount of buyers are off work, that's when all the out-of-town people are coming into town. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to funnel all of those first showings there at the same time on the first weekend, right? So what it is, we're putting this amazing looking property on the market. It's gonna be really well priced, and we're giving everyone 3 days to find it online. So they're gonna be calling their agent, they're gonna be calling us to schedule their appointments, and then they're all gonna show up at the same time. They're all gonna see each other, and they're all gonna be like, wow, this is a busy house, I gotta get my offer in if I want it, right? So what that could do is, that's the best way to start a bid war. If you can get more than one offer at the same time, that's how you can drive the price up, right? Now that's not guaranteed to work every time, I wish it did, but this is still the best way that we have found to generate a multiple offer situation. So next is so our company or our team attracts more buyers than any other company using a mass media or an omni approach. So I don't know if you've heard of Ryan or our team or anything. We do a lot of advertising. So we have TV ads, we have radio ads, we have billboards, and we're the highest ranked company on Google, right? So we do, and these are all paid advertising sources, all right? So we spend a lot of money on advertising for our clients. And so most agents either can't afford to do this or they don't want to do this. It's a lot, all right? We also do social media, and then we also have a team of people that are working in the background to field all of those leads that we're generating for your property. So whenever we're getting those leads on your home, we need to be able, or basically, we need to get a hold of them right away, right? Like when someone calls us about your property or they submit a request on our website or something, like we need to get a hold of them right now, or they are gone, right? The only way that we're able to even do that is by having a team of people that are answering the phones at all times, right? So we have a 24/7 answering service, and we have a bunch of agents and just straight up callers that are answering the phone to get these leads and ask them all the right questions. You know, do you need to get qualified? Do you want to see the house? You know, they go through the whole script. And so like I said, it's the team that really gets us the results. It's not my intentions of wanting to do a good job for you that's going to get the results. It's all of the people behind me helping me, all right? So we have a marketing team. We have a bunch of agents on our sales team and operations team. So they just make me look really good, right? So you meet me, you meet my assistant. Her name's Angela. She does all the paperwork and like scheduling and things. But it's not just me you're hiring our entire company to sell your home for you, all right? You're not going to meet them, but believe me, they're working for you. And then the Dobbs difference. So this is called third-party portal optimization. So these are all the websites that you'll be on, plus hundreds of others. Every agent is going to come out here and they're going to say that, right? It's really easy. You click a button on the MLS and boom, they go everywhere. The big difference is we actually have professional accounts on all these websites, so we can log in on the back end and make sure that each listing is optimized for that website so that it ranks higher and gets more views, all right? So that's a big difference. Like, agents are not going to be doing that. We also make a custom website of your house. So like the address would be like 123mainstreet.com. We make a sign of that and we put it up on top of the for sale sign, so that when people drive by the home, which they will, they can either call the number on the sign, which goes to a member of our team, or they can go to the website. They can see all the pictures, take the tour. When they do that, we get their information. And so what do you think happens? We call them right away. Hey, we noticed you checked out the website. Do you want to see the home? Do you need to get pre-qualified? Again, they run the whole script on them. And then reverse prospecting. So this is just some technology that we have. So we have a database of about 40,000 people that have searched for homes on our website. We have all of their search history saved. All right, so whenever we get a listing that matches someone's search history on our website, we will instantly send them the home. That's just a way of playing matchmaker for our buyers and our sellers, all right? Some of the benefits that we offer our clients. So we have an app called Updater. Really cool tool. I've used it myself personally when I moved. It basically helps you transfer utilities, subscriptions, things like that. You put in your old address and your new address, and then boom, it like lines it all up for you, all right? So that is free for you to use. We also offer $10,000 of legal coverage for up to 1 year after you close escrow. So what that is good for is if the buyer comes back and says, oh, you didn't tell me about this, or you need to fix this, or you need to pay for that. If you have to fight that and hire an attorney, like that's really expensive, right? So we will cover that for up to $10,000. Now, I'm not trying to scare you. Like, that does not happen often at all, right? But it does happen in California more often than anywhere else. I've only had it happen once in the last 12 months. So it's like an insurance policy that we give you. All right. Next is American Home Shield. So this is a home warranty company. We're actually going to buy a seller's home warranty for you, so that if anything goes out, like the HVAC or your appliances, if that stuff stops working while you are on the market or in escrow, it could be covered under that home warranty. All right. So we pay for that. And then we also have, we have lots of different ways that you can sell your property. So if, Liz, it sounds like you're trying to make the most amount of money on the sale of your home, which most people are. So the way to do that is you're going to want to list traditionally. You got to let buyers compete for the home, right? But if you if you just want like a cash offer, you just want to get out of it, we can do that too. So we buy homes, we have investors that buy homes, but those are going to be usually, they're cash offers. They're really simple, but they're usually going to be a lot less. We also have a guaranteed sale program, which is a 90% value guarantee on your home. But there are some things you got to do for that. And then we have the buy before you sell program, which I know you're not trying to buy a house, so you don't need that one. All right, so when it comes to selling a home, 80% of the work is done before you hit the market. So all the getting the home ready, any repairs you got to do, the marketing, the photos, building the websites, all of that stuff has to be done before we hit the market. Once we hit the market, we just kind of sit back, let the house be shown, and negotiate offers. So one thing that we hear all the time is that real estate agents have really bad communication. And so we know that. So we have a structured communication plan in place. So we call them our seller success calls. So every week, at least once a week, I am going to call you and I'm going to go over all of the feedback that we've got from our showings, from the buyers, the agents, the online traffic that we're getting, and any suggestions that we might need to make. You're going to hear from me at least once. I'm more available than that, but I don't ever want you to be able to say that I'd never called you and that's why the home didn't sell, right? So we have a plan in place, and we'll figure out what time works best at the end of this, okay? And that's it. Any questions? This is when I go into comps.
Sounds like this is going to cost
It is going to cost you a lot. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so that is, I say that word for word every single day.
Sounds exactly.
Like exactly the same. I can say it with my eyes
How
closed.
long did it take him?
I don't know how long that takes.
It was around about 14 minutes.
It's usually 15, yeah. The whole appointment takes an hour and a half. A listing appointment takes an hour and a half. From the time you show up to do the tour, then you do the listing, then you do the comps, then you do the contract, and they have lots of questions in between. It's like to a science. To a science, an hour and a half.
I'm starting to feel bad for that seller I helped.
Huh?
I'm starting to feel bad for that seller I helped last year.
Oh, I thought you meant like yourself, like watching this. I was like, was it too long or?
No.
All right, who wants to give it a shot? Jose, I knew you would. So you don't have to go as fast as I do. You don't have to say it word for word what I do.
Hey, here, look at it.
Yeah. So the main thing is you need to understand the reasoning behind each slide so that you can convey the message, right? You don't have to say word for word what I say, but you need to get the same point across that I'm trying to get across. Does that make sense? Cool. Jose, you up? All right. Sorry, guys, we have to watch this a lot, but who's next after Jose? Anybody? David? Next week? No, you got, okay. Well, onboarding's over this week, so.